Hello, I'm Peter Stewart, author of books on TV and radio, presentation skills. I've hosted thousands of radio and TV shows and podcasts as well. Been working for the BBC for, well, more than 20 years actually, and before that had quite a career in commercial radio here in the United Kingdom. And a lot of that was teaching and training, inspiring and guiding, giving feedback and one-to-ones to individuals and groups of people about their presentation skills, about their performance, about their reading, about their writing as well, because of course, as we've seen before in this series of episodes, a lot of getting a good voice actually comes from having a good script to work with in the first place, although obviously there are also ad-libs too. And a lot of that voice work that I've done both inside and outside the BBC is contributing, is to feeding in to these short daily pocket-sized podcasts, if you like, which then in the fullness of time will be a whole series of articles on blogs. In fact, there are the articles already out there based on what I'm talking about that you'll be able to find. If you want to find the series of articles, then drop me a line and follow me on LinkedIn, and there you'll find them. And also in our show notes as well. But also in the fullness of time, it's going to become a book that actually you'll be able to sit down and refer to as well. So all sorts of things going on with the brand that is Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Voice Over Voice. Now, at the moment, we're going through various exercises to help you warm up your voice ahead of a session. And today's episode is entitled Hula Hoops, which, as I mentioned yesterday, is a potato-based snack in the UK. But also, it's an exercise as far as we're concerned in this podcast series. Quite short, just a couple of bullet points. Here comes number one. Stand with your feet hip width apart with your knees slightly bent. Now, we spoke, didn't we, a few days ago about how to stand properly. So perhaps go back and listen to that episode if you want to know more about that. And in fact, let's just have a quick little scroll back through my notes and actually find which episode that was at. And here it is coming up now. Where is it? 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 Here we go. And it was episode 817, entitled Make a Stand. So if you want to know how to stand properly before you do this exercise, then go back to that episode just a few days ago. So as I say, first of all, stand with your feet hip width apart with your knees slightly bent. And then simply put your hands on your hips, as though you're about to do that dance out of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and do a hula hoop. Yeah, big circle movements with your hips, and that will just free up, will loosen up. I'm kind of doing it a little bit actually, sitting down even. Just loosen up, free up that tension in your lower back, because otherwise you've got things being held in a state of tension. Yeah, things are being held and kind of almost locked into position, which is as bad sitting down as it is when you're standing up. And as I mentioned a few days ago, I had a recent problem with a really bad back injury from standing up for too long and being locked in position. And then when I came to move, it was at a remembrance service back in November in the UK, you know, for fallen military. And when I came to move, it was okay to begin with, but an hour or so later, I realised that I had caused a really, really serious bout of sciatica, which I am prone to get, incidentally, which meant a hospital. I was in hospital overnight. I've had MRIs, and in fact, this very week I'm having more MRIs as well, because I didn't follow my own advice. I wasn't warming up. I wasn't moving my lower back. I wasn't moving and freeing things up and bending slightly at the knees and just being free and flowing and loose in all of that muscular tension. So there's a word of advice from my personal experience. Okay, tomorrow, the episode Hands Down, as opposed to Hands Up, which I think was a hit for Ottawan. And I've done this before. When was Hands Up a hit for Ottawan? I'm going to say 1983. 83. Check back tomorrow. We'll see whether we're right on Get a Better Broadcast podcast and Voice Over Voice. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.